Hi everyone, welcome back to Dr. Square. This is Dr. Muhammad Awais and you are watching Dr. Square. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, go and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon button. Today I want to share a very personal story from my PhD journey. There was a time when I faced a lot of stress and challenges while exploring how newspapers cover environmental issues in developing countries. Doing this manually would have taken months, maybe even years. Guess what? I changed my topic. But if you find yourself in a similar situation, you don't have to do that because there's a fantastic solution for this. It's called Lexis Nexis, and for universities it's known as Nexis Uni. Today we are going to dive into how you can use it to gather data from newspapers and other sources efficiently. If you don't think you need it right now, I highly recommend watching till the end because this video is going to add a lot of value to your knowledge. So stay tuned, and if you haven't already, as I just said, make sure to subscribe to my channel Dr. Square. Now, as you can see on the screen, I have already logged in through my university. You can simply go to your university library's website where you will likely find a link to Nexis Uni. Just log in using your university credentials. And if you run into any issues or have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to your librarian. This is such an important tool and most universities have a subscription to it. So definitely take advantage of it. Let's start from a very simple search. Environment and media. Hit enter. Now we'll see there are over 10,000 news, maybe way more than that. You can sort them out based on relevance. I mean, this is the most relevant according to Nexis Uni's database. And if you go to the last page, the last news will be less relevant than the first one. And then you can sort out according to A to Z, document title, Z to A, and date wise as well. And these are only news, remember. You see here, you can get the companies and financial data, you can get biographies, you can get cases, maybe legal and statuses and legislation, administrative, blah blah, law reviews and journals, brief pleadings and motions, forms, legal news, blah 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 blah, scientific, and so many things. Let's stick ourselves to news only for now. You can expand this research by entering something here. We will talk about it later. Yes, timeline. You are only interested to get news from this date to that date. Open it and just select your duration. For example, let's say 2022 to 2025. It will only show you the news that are published between 2022 to 2025 that Nexis Uni database has. And then if you scroll down, you can actually select source or location. Remember, source or location. Let's say I want to get news that are only published from sources located in Asia. And then inside Asia, you can select any country. Same is the case with North America, South America, whatever. For example, to select North American country or South American country, you have to clear this filter first and then select, let's say, South America, then any country of your choice. And same is the case with North America and all. After selecting the country or the region, you can actually set a language as well of the source. You only want to get news published in English, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian. There are 2,301 news that are relevant to environment and media and are published between 2022 to 2025. So you can select English or any other language that you want. And then also you can see the source type. You want to include magazines and journals, newspapers, industry, trade, press, so many. There are so many options. So let's select newspapers. And then you can now select further news type here. I'm okay with newspapers. So now I can select some source names as well. Since we have selected the region South America, so you will see only South American sources here. Let's clear South America for now and select North America. And then let's select United States. And now you will select a long list of sources. English, okay, we have already applied, I guess. Yes, English is there, and so you can select a state as well. Anyways, so newspaper name, if you go to more, you will see so many newspapers, and this number means this number of news have been published in this newspaper or in this source. Following to selecting your source, for now let's say let's select New York Times. So New York Times is selected and the news are showing to 4514. Let's scroll to see what else we can do. Newspaper name is done. So subject. This is very interesting. So you want to get news that are relevant to our search query, but also about covering the subject government and public administration, societies, social assistance and lifestyle, and consumer projects, educational services, blah blah. And you can also select a company, I mean the news that are revolving around a particular company, and you can also select news in which certain people are prominently mentioned. Yes, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Elon Musk. So you can select those people as well. And negative news. This is also very interesting. So you can select negative personal news, negative business news. I can discuss each one of this, but I value your time, so I will leave it to you so you can explore this on internet. Geography. Okay, the source is not geography, right? Most of the times people actually are confused between source and this geography. Source doesn't mean that the news are about that, let it be South America, North America, Asia, or whatever. That source means the source is from there. Maybe the news is about somewhere else, but this geography will shrink it to a particular geographical region. For example, I want a news in which environment and media are mentioned, but that should also focus a particular region, a particular country, So you can apply that here in geography. And then you can select a keyword as well, whether you want some keywords to appear in the news. Each time when you apply a filter, the number of news stories will likely be reduced. You can also exclude some stories. Maybe you want to exclude some stock stories, non-business news, or obituaries, something like this. Let's go to the top. Let me recap this for you. So this environment and media means I will see all those news stories, remember, from newspapers which are mentioning environment and media. And then I applied some filters. I only want to get news that are published between 2022 to 2025. This is a specific date as well that you can set. And then I only want English sources, right? I only want newspapers, not web publications, etc. I want sources to be in North America and specifically from United States, and specifically I want to get news from New York Times. Here's the thing. Let's dive into some more serious business. Remember I told you about relevancy. Though you have written environment and media, he made billions on Google and PayPal. Now he's betting on news, and maybe somewhere inside news, environment and media are mentioned. But you will see so many irrelevant news stories as well. For example, let me go to the last one. So Ian Fishback's American Nightmare, edited excerpts from The Conversation, Help and Hope for People with Addiction. So these are not directly relevant to environment and media. This is the mistake that most of the researchers that are getting data from newspaper make. What could be the remedy? Let me share one of the remedies. I put headline and then environment and media. Now I have given Nexis Uni a particular search prompt. I only want to get those news in which in headlines, the word environment and Boolean characters media should appear. So here you go. Ministry of Environment expands media operations. Next, methods and operators to generate media exposure maps of media environments. Engagement measurement of media consumers based on the acoustic environment. Controlled environment secure media streaming system, blah blah. And then you can apply some filters from here to further narrow down your research. Let's talk about one more filter. So I wrote H lead and the rest of the search remains the same, which means show me the newspapers in which either headlines or the lead paragraph contain environment and media. So you will see some more news because I expand the search, right? So this is how you can actually sharpen your search on Nexis Uni. Now here's the thing, what to do next, how to get these news, right? So if you select all of them here, go to download, you can get full documents and you can get in PDF, MS Word or RTF format. You can save them as individual file. In this option you will get a zip file in which all those 50 news will be in separate in individual PDFs. And if you select this option, you will get one PDF in which the news will appear one after another. Let's say I want to save as individual files. Download. So the process begins to download 50 documents. Download is completed. So this files 50.zip is downloaded. Let's open it. I have unzipped that file and you will see 50 news in separate PDFs. Let's open any one of them randomly. So you will see the heading, the source, the time at which the news is published, section, society or maybe letter to editors, length of the news story, what is in body text, you see, yes, when it was loaded on Nexis Uni, and end of document. Here's a quick disclaimer. You cannot download unlimited number of articles. Usually there is a limit, maybe 50 or 100 articles. Then it stops you from downloading more. If you are looking to work with a larger dataset, feel free to reach out to me. And I can help you figure out a solution to get more data from the company Nexis Uni. So you can contact me at the email address showing on your screen, and I will be happy to help you out. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. As I mentioned, if you have any questions or need further assistance, feel free to reach out to me. I will be more than happy to help. And of course, stay tuned for more videos coming soon. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, go and subscribe and hit the bell icon button. See you in the next video.